How's it going, everyone? Sarai the Samurai here with another Wedlock video. If you don't know what a Wedlock is, here are the basic rules. I'm also playing with the Hardcore rule set, so no using items in battle, and I must play in set. I am also playing with the Dupe's Clause. I do Hardcore Nuzlocks like these all the time on my Twitch channel. I'm currently on a 6-month and 12 attempt playthrough of a Deathless Hardcore Nuzlocke on Brilliant Diamond. So it's a nice change of pace for me. You know, going from one mind-numbing challenge to an even more challenging Nuzlocke variant. Anyway, let's jump into the video. The professor drops off some Pokemon for me and my rivals. I pick my favorite Pokemon, Oshawott. Bianca picks Tepig, and Sharon picks Snivy. After demolishing my rivals, I get the Pokedex, and I pick up a female Patrat. Then, after meeting N, I catch a female Purloin, and then pick up the gift Pansear, which also happens to be female as well. So that means the only pair I have for the gym is Oshawott and Patrat. Great. Well, it's time to battle Cyan. He leads with Lillipup, and I go with Oshawott. I start with a Water Gun, and it uses a Workup. Next, I go for Tackle, and Lillipup uses Bite. Then, Lillipup gets healed, and my next Water Gun crits, taking Lillipup out. Pansage is sent out next. I switch into Patrat, and Pansage uses Workup. After another Workup, Tackle takes it down by a third. Then Pansage crits with the Vine Whip, taking Patrat down to 3 HP. The Oran Berry takes me back up to 13, and Tackle almost takes Pansage out with a crit of its own. Patrat goes down to the next Vine Whip, and I send out Oshawott. Thinking it won't survive because of the 2 workups, I just click Tackle. But miraculously, Oshawott lives with 1 HP. Holy crap. Tackle takes Pansage out, and I get my first badge. Purloin becomes Oshawott's new pair, and then after tripping out with Team Plasma, I catch a male Muna. But wait, Sarai, didn't you get a Pansear as your encounter in the DreamWorks? Well, yeah, but I also count gift Pokemon as separate encounters. So, in my eyes, Muna is a viable encounter. I also count the inside and outside of Pinwheel Forest as separate encounters due to how different the Pokemon there are. So, just a little spoiler for later on. Then I catch a female Roggenrola and pair it up with a male Tympole. Then I backtrack to get a Blitzel, and after getting the Mystic Water, I go take on Lenora. She leads with Herdier, and I lead with Tympole. I start with a Bubble Beam, which does almost half, and Herdier misses a takedown. Then, after Bubble Beam almost takes Herdier out, Tympole gets hit hard, and Herdier takes itself out with the recoil damage. Out comes Watchog next, and I switch into Roggenrola, taking a Crunch. Then after taking another Crunch, I use Rock Blast, hitting 3 times. Then after another Crunch, I use Rock Blast again. It hits 3 times, and my heart sinks, knowing that if it hit one more time, it would have took Watchog out. Watchog heals, and I miss my next Rock Blast. Roggenrola goes down next turn, and Tympole goes down shortly after. I send a Watt out, and after taking a Retaliate, Razor Shell takes Watchog down to above half, and I get the defense drop. Then after Watchog misses a Hypnosis, Razor Shell takes it out. I get my second badge after a pretty difficult battle, but it could have ended up a lot worse too. Then I catch a female Swaddle, pair it up with Blitzel, pick up the Firestone, then it's time to battle Berg. He leads with Whirlipede, and I lead with Simisear. One Flame Burst takes Whirlipede out, another takes Squibble out, and one more takes Leaveney out. And that, boys and girls, is what you call a sweep. I then catch a Sandile and a Yamask, and then it's time to battle Elisa. She leads with Emolga, and I lead with Zebstrika. I start with a Shockwave, and Emolga uses Pursuit. Then Elisa switches Emolga out with her own Zebstrika, and Lightning Rod is activated by my Shockwave. Next I use Flash and get hit by a Flame Charge. I avoid a Quick Attack and use another Flash. Then Zebstrika tries to use Volt Switch, and I use another Flash. I avoid another Quick Attack, and Flash again. Then I get hit by a crit Flame Charge, taking me down to 8 HP, and I use my own Flame Charge. That was pretty unlucky. I avoid another Quick Attack and use Flame Charge again. After avoiding another Quick Attack, I use Flame Charge again. I then switch into Leaveney, avoiding a Quick Attack, and after avoiding a Flame Charge, I take Zebstrika out with a Razor Leaf. Then out comes Emolga. I don't have anything too strong to hit it with, so after taking an Aerial Ace, I use Razor Leaf, and then one more Aerial Ace takes Leaveney out. And then Quick Attack takes Zebstrika out. I then send out Simisear. I take a Pursuit, and then Flame Burst takes out Emolga. Out comes the first Emolga. After taking a Volt Switch, Emolga goes down to Flame Burst. and I get my 4th badge. My next pair becomes Sandal and Yamask. I catch a male Vanillite, and I start my battle with Clay. He leads with Krokorok, and I lead with Dewott. I get intimidated, but I'm not really worried because I predict it using Swagger, which it actually does. My Prism Berry activates, so instead of being -1, my attack power is +1. I use Water Pulse, which kills Krokorok with a crit. Excadrill comes out next. It uses Hone Claws, and Razor Shell takes it out. That could have been super dangerous. Then Palpitoad comes out. It Aqua Rings, but goes down to Razor Shell as well. I get my 5th badge in an underwhelming battle with one of the hardest gym leaders in the game. Nice. Then I catch a female Litwick and battle Skyla. I'm a bit afraid of her Swanna, but I have a little plan. She leads with Swoobat and I lead with Krokorok. She starts with an Amnesia and I knock it out with a Crunch. Swanna comes out next and I switch Cofferegus into a Bubble Beam. She Aqua Rings and I use Will-O-Wisp, getting the burn. Swanna uses Air Slash and Hex almost takes Swanna out with a huge crit. After a few heals, Hex takes Swanna out after a close call with Air Slash. Unfezant comes out next, and then I switch into Krokorok, taking an Air Slash. Then it uses Razor Wind, giving me a free hit with Crunch. After taking Razor Wind, Krokorok lives with 17 HP and takes Unfezant out, earning the 6th badge. Nothing too interesting really happens, so let's just skip right to Bryson. He leads with Vanillish, and I lead with Simisear. One Flame Burst takes Vanillish out, and out comes Beartic. Flame Burst takes it down to the yellow and it uses Swagger. I switch into Musharna and Beartic gets healed up. Then it uses Swagger again. I break through Confusion with a Yawn. Beartic then uses Ice Volt Crash and Musharna breaks through Confusion again and uses Psybeam. Beartic falls asleep and I switch into Simisear and take it out with Flame Burst. Cryogonal comes out next. After taking an Aurora Beam, Flame Burst hits hard. Then after healing Cryogonal up, a crit Flame Burst hits hard, taking it out, and I get my 7th badge. Unfortunately, something pretty bad happens next. I forget about this Bianca fight and I end up losing Liepard and Samurott. It sucks to lose not only a great pair, but my favorite Pokemon. This does, however, allow me to put Vanillite and Litwick into the party, just in time for Iris. She leads with Fracture and I lead with my Vanillish. I start out using an Ice Beam and Fracture goes down. Next out comes Druddigon, who also goes down to an Ice Beam. Finally, Haxorus comes out. One hit from Haxorus would probably kill Vanillish, and Haxorus's base speed is way higher. I did train up my speed EVs, and I'm not sure if it's because of that, or if it's because Haxorus went for Dragon Tail, but I outsped and killed with Ice Beam. I get my last badge, and it's time to fight the Elite Four. I decide to battle Chantal first. She leads with Cofferegus and I lead with Chandelure. I use Shadow Ball and the coffin goes down. Then Golurk, Jellicent, and Chantal's own Chandelure all go down to Shadow Ball as well. Now it's time to dominate Caitlyn with the same strategy. She leads with Euryclus and of course I lead with Chandelure. Her whole team also goes down to one Shadow Ball as well. Choice specs really add a lot to an already powerful Pokemon. Next up is Marshall. He leads with Throw and I lead with Musharna. I take a weak payback and Psybeam takes Throw out. Next is Mienshao, who hits a big Retaliate but goes down to Psybeam as well. Sock comes out next. He lands a crit Stone Edge and Musharna lives on 7 HP. Psybeam takes Sock down to 1 HP thanks to Sturdy. Then after wasting all of Marshall's healing items, Stone Edge connects killing Musharna. I send Simisear out next and it gets revenge. Clonkelder comes out next. I use Will-O-Wisp to weaken this insanely powerful Pokemon and get hit with the Hammer Arm. Flame Burst hits Clonkelder to below half, and next I finish it with another Flame Burst. 3 down, 1 to go. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous for Grimsley. He's a Dark-type trainer, and he leads with Scrafty. Pretty much all of my Pokemon are super weak to him, but I decided to lead with Chandelure. It has the best special attack and speed out of anyone on my team. I go for Flame Burst, and it does some pretty big damage, but it doesn't take it out. Crunch hits Chandelure down to 52 HP, and after wasting all of its healing items, Chandelure takes Scrafty out. Crocodile comes out next, and luckily its special defense is a lot weaker than Scrafty's. It goes down to 1 Flame Burst, and then Flame Burst takes out both Liepard and Bisharp. That actually turned out pretty well in my favor. Now it's time to fight the champion. Alder? No, N's the champion now. Nice. After a bit of plot, I throw my Master Ball at Zekrom, send it to the box, then begin my battle with Champion N. He leads with Reshiram, and I lead with Crocodile. Reshiram uses Fusion Flare, which hits really hard, but I hit a hard Bulldoze in return. One more Bulldoze takes Reshiram out, thanks to the speed drop, and out comes Vanillux. I go for Bulldoze, and it misses a Blizzard. I use Dig next, knocking Vanillux out, and out comes Cling, which ends up being faster, taking me out with a Flamethrower. I didn't know Cling can use Flamethrower. I use Cofferegus next, and get hit with a Night Slash. Mummy activates and reveals Cling is actually Zoroark. I use a Will-O-Wisp, and then after realizing I put the choice specs on Cofferegus, I can do nothing but watch it die. I send Chandelure out next, and Flame Burst takes Zoroark out. Caracosta comes out next. I use Will-O-Wisp to knock out the Sturdy and weaken its attack power. Stone Edge still hits hard though. My next Shadow Ball takes Caracosta to the red, and it hits another Stone Edge. Chandelure is taken out, but Burn takes Caracosta out. I send Vanillux out next, and N sends out Archeops, who goes down to 1 Ice Beam. The real Cling stands up next. I go for Mirror Coat, but it goes for Metal Sound, weakening my special defense. Then I use Ice Beam, and Flash Cannon takes Vanillux out. I send my last Pokemon Simisear out, which takes Cling out with a Flame Burst. I did it! I beat N, and became the default champion. Good thing nothing else of importance happens next. Nope, nothing. Oh, alright. Getsus comes out next, and I am forced into a battle with him. Unfortunately, all my dead Pokemon got healed up, so since Simisear is technically my only legal Pokemon, I switch into it. Luckily, Cofferegus uses Protect, so I get a safe switch at least. I use Flame Burst and get hit with Toxic. Next Flame Burst takes Cofferegus out, and out comes Bouffalant. I use Flame Burst, and Bouffalant uses Head Charge, taking Simisear down to 5 HP, and unfortunately allowing Poison to finish it off. That's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? I guess I technically lose the run, but honestly, I'm pretty proud of what I was able to do in only 1 attempt. I know technically you don't win a Nuzlocke until the credits roll, but I did manage to beat the technical champion. So, did I really lose this Wedlock? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch more Nuzlocke content, subscribe to my channel. Maybe one day I'll be able to post the winning attempt of my Brilliant Diamond Deathless Hardcore Nuzlocke. In the meantime, I'm going to push to try and upload at least 1 video a month. What kind of Nuzlocke would you like to see me try? Comment and let me know. I might just take one of your guys' suggestions. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.